So what is happening to the stock market today? 所以今天发生什么事？很多人问我这个早报的话也是在问我了哈。早报最近也是找我就是写一些稿叫我写一些稿。为什么？今天这个股票会跌所以我就做了一些功课，然后我就把它交上去了。这个早报有可能明天他们会出版了Then why today market drop is because number one, okay, is because China was having a weak housing data, okay, because the housing data was very weak in China. So that's why you can see the Hong Kong market is selling down aggressively, all right, and then followed by the what we call it, the rating company, okay, rating in US, they are rating company, and this rating company called FITCH, okay, so they downgrade US rating, okay, so actually based on the Reuters, okay, they actually cut the US credit rating to AA plus right? So that's why with these two bad news, market selling down aggressively, okay? 所以整体来说，你看股票上了一阵子then 如果有不好的消息，它就会被卖出这个是很普通的事情So that's why I say stock market will not go up in a straight line So in between there might be someone, okay, come out with the bad news that may cause the stock market to sell down. So this is normal, all right? So this is life, okay? So this is normal, this is life, okay? What's go up, it will come down, okay? So today market drop is because China having a very weak housing data, and then followed by US, the rating company, cut the US credit rating. So, but in short term, market is profit taking, but like what I mentioned, I still bullish in long term 所以短期的话，市场当然是会回调了因为如果你看海指的话，已经上了就是进入了这个超买区所以它回调是普遍的。And in US, like what I mentioned, US market also overbought, okay? And maybe they take this opportunity to have some profit taking, okay? Beside the bad news, right? So this is normal, okay? This is normal. And how long do the bull market usually last, okay? 所以很多人就在问了，这个牛市其实通常平均力它是会上多久它是会上多久通常我是会看这个美国市场我每一次有跟大家解释为什么我会先看这个美国市场。你要明白说，美国是到目前为止还是算全球 number one 全球第一大市场所以它的数据非常重要，因为它会影响全世界的股票市场，包括新加坡。So it does make sense for me to look at the US data, to analyze the US data, and then from there, we will look at the individual chart from the indices, and then followed by individual stock, okay, to make our own decision. Okay, 所以我们要先看这个 big picture 先so called. So we have to look at the big picture first, right? Before we zoom into the details of the individual stock. All right. So in US, there are 14 bull markets since June 1932. All right, since June 1932. Okay. So the average bull market lasts for 973 days 啦 ，OK。So according to the study 啦，or 2.7 year。所以每一个牛市在美国啦，它的平均这个平均的年份它的 bull market 大概是2.7年了2.7 years 啊 ，alright。And then the longest bull market in the US was being the 11 year, from 2009 to 2020. So that was the longest bull market lah. Okay, that was the longest bull market. Right. So again, 2.7 year. Okay, if you compare with the recent bull run, it's still far away lah. So the recent bull run is only 6 months. 所以如果你参考最近的牛市，美国啦最近的牛市是差不多上了6个月所以如果我们根据这个数据来看的话量 2.7 年的话还很长的时间了所以如果没有什么坏消息的话，有可能这个美国的牛市会继续为什么呢？因为下半年我觉得啦下半年这个牛市还会继续我们不要讲太长了我们不要讲明年或者是后年了，我们先讲下半年了好不好？所以下半年的话，如果你有来上我这个线上的研讨会上一期的话，我有是跟大家解释过，下半年还是这个牛市是会继续的这个牛市会继续在这个下半年是原因为什么呢？我有给你们看这个数据，你们还记得吗？ So the second half bull run, I believe, is because of the data that I've shown you last week, right? So that's why, based on the data, I believe the second half bull run may be continue, right? May be continue, okay? But do remember, stock market may not be go up in a straight line, so in between they may have some pullback. 所以就是8月尾或者是9月的时候，你们要小心通常8月尾跟9月市场是会比较平静一点 ，alright? So just do remember, alright? Usually end of August or September, market will be a bit volatile, just to keep in mind, okay? And then correction and versus bear market. So pullback 调整通常调整的话，如果是用技术分析来参考的话，通常调整的话是会下差不多是18%啦18%是这个是指数index, right? 所以 corrections is when the index drop around 10%, we call it correction lah, right? So bear market, the index drop more than 20%, we call it bear market. So the bear market was happening last year 了你还记得吗？去年的时候是这个bear market， 所以很多这个指数，尤其是美国跟香港的话，他们跌超过这个28%了它的指数了所以如果指数如果有跌超过28%的话，在技术分析方面，我们就称它为这个熊市 ，right? Bear market. Okay, so this is for your knowledge. Okay, and then the US stock bubble. So there are many people asking me, will the stock market having a bubble, right? So later I will show you some data then from there you make your own decision. Alright, 所以很多人也是开始问我，美国市场上了这样多，会有泡沫吗？所以如果你还记得吗？之前其实有3个美国泡沫，第一个泡沫就是在这个1929 ，OK, stock bubble, 2019年stock bubble, OK, and then followed by 这个 dot-com bubble, 就是科技股 bubble 了也是在美国。Then 2017年Bitcoin bubble, ，alright。所以这个3个 bubble 的话是为什么会有 bubble？ 是因为股票上了太高 ，OK？ and 通常是这个 FOMO 所导致了。FOMO 的意思是说 ，OK，fear of missing out，OK？当一个散户他失去了这个机会买入的话，他们会有一蜂窝的人买进了在最后的时候他们才买进，就是会导致这个股票大跌。Alright， 所以如果你看这个指数的话美国指数或者是香港指数最重要是这个香港指数还是偏低的还是偏低的。如果你是看这个美国指数的话其实它还不算很高跟这个2000年或者是2017年相比的话啦 ，Alright， so these are the US stock market bubble that was happening last time. Okay, so will it happen this time? Okay, will it happen this time? All right, so we look at the data. Okay, now the US GDP, okay, for second quarter is positive 2.4%. Okay, what about first Q? First Q, the GDP is 2%. All right. So if you look at the US economic is considered good, okay, because the GDP is still in the positive zone. A lot of people talk about recession last year. 很多人去年一直讲这个经济衰退，你还记得吗？经济衰退就是导致你们不敢买进股票。So a lot of people got scared last year because of the recession news that some of the article mentioned. Therefore, most of the retail investors don't dare to buy the stock last year. All right, but like what I have shown you last year, October was a bottom. Why I think the stock market will rebound, I already shared with you last year. All right. So this year, okay, the GDP of the US economic look pretty good, okay? The GDP is in the positive zone, right? So we don't see any recession coming in, okay, for the near term. That's number one. And number two, okay, the recent, what we call that earning report from the S&P 500, it also shows us that most of the company are above the expectation. Okay, most of the company earnings are above the expectation. So that means the company are making money. Okay, the company are making money. Okay, the company are making money. So that means the company valuation has increased. When the company valuation has increased, eventually the stock price will increase. So the stock price increase is based on the valuation of the company, right? It's not based on the speculation. You get what I mean or not? So the bubble happening is based on speculation, all right? But this time, the company, okay, from the US S&P 500, okay, they are making money, and most of the company, the earning expectation are above the analyst expectation. So this is a positive sign. Okay, this positive sign. All right. And this is actually give us the confidence that the company are making the actual revenue. Okay, it's not based on the speculation. All right. So this is a second point. 所以这个是第二点第二点这个讯息就是告诉我们说，这个美国公司500强公司几乎大致上他们的公司是赚钱的都是赚钱的所以如果一家公司有赚钱的话，当然它的股价 也是会继续的上涨，而不是被这个不是被这个 speculations 是跟住这个数据来就是说调高这个它的股价 ，OK。And then the third point, okay, my suggestion to you is that during the bull market, which I already shared with you last week, okay, so during the bull market, the proper strategy is usually buy the dip. So buy the dip 的意思是说，每当它 pull back 的时候，我们就买进；每当它 pull back 的时候，我们就买进；每当它 pull back 的时候，我们就买进。So when there is a pullback or correction, it always a good time for us to buy, especially the good, okay, fundamental company. Right? So buy the dip is the strategy that I share with you. Okay. So I hope you, what we call that, do add position for a great company. All right. Because why? I believe that, you know, a lot of the company that is using the technology will help them to lower down their costs of the company, and then subsequently their revenue will improve or their profit margin will improve. Okay, so let me show you why is that so. Okay, so this data actually telling us that technology is a big thing. Right? So we cannot run away from technology, or we cannot live without technology. 所以我之前跟大家分享过，从去年讲到现在，你还记得吗？为什么我一直强调你们买这个科技股？去年科技股跌得很低的时候，你还记得吗？我一直叫你们买，你们有买吗？所以如果你来上这个课程的话，我的推动力就是叫你们买这个好的公司价钱比较低的时候叫你们买进，你们有买吗？So why technology? Okay, because technology, like what I explained to you, all right, we cannot live without technology. Every day we use technology. Your mobile phone, okay, your email, okay, your Facebook, your YouTube channel, okay, every one of us use technology. It's like become a necessity for us anymore. 好，这些科技，这个科技这个东西好像变成我们的必需品了，你知道吗？在这个新的era. So this new era, okay, like what I mentioned, technology is a big thing for us. If you look at this information, all right, next flip, okay, took 3.5 years to hit 1 million user. All right. So if you look at Facebook, okay, took 10 months, okay, to hit 1 million user. All right. Instagram took 2.5 months to hit 1 million user. And recently, the Chat GPT, which is AI, took only 5 days to hit 1 million user. Now, what does that mean? Okay, you think about it. It means, okay, the company, all right, they will continue to use AI to improve their daily activity to bring down the cost. So when the company cost has been reduced, then their profit margin will be improved. When their profit margin improve, okay, what will happen to their stock price? The stock price will go up. Okay, you get what I mean or not? So this is the long-term, what we call that, long-term technology, all right? Company will continue to adapt, okay, to innovate using technology, right, to improve their costs, okay, to bring down the costs, and then so that their revenue and profit margin will be improved, so that the earning of the company, all right, will be reflected in the stock market. 所以你们明白吗？希望说你们明白了好不好 ？OK， 所以是一个长期的东西啊，所以科技这个东西是跑不掉了未来就是科技什么东西都是科技 OK，so digital deflation is a key to profitable growth. So this is real, and this is also based on a fact. All right. So deflations means that 通货这个华语讲读忘记了。Okay, so it bring down the deflations or they will bring down the inflations, right? Okay, so let me show you. Okay, digital, right? Deflations is a key to profitable growth, which I already explained to you, right? So this, example, right? Deflations mean that falling price of the goods and the services. Okay, deliver your product to customer at the lower cost. Okay, and then you get what we call that bring down the labor cost as well. Okay, and then if you invest in the technology permanently, okay, and obviously it will reduce the cost of doing business. And in fact, in the US, most of the company are using AI or technology to bring down their costs. Okay, 所以这个东西是跑不掉 alright, so labor costs go down, production and delivery costs go down, productivity increase, and then better data and better decision. Right, so this is the fact. Okay, this is the fact. Right, and then in summary, okay, technology is the key of deflations. Okay, and then AI will continue to grow. Okay, so that's why any stock that is AI related, you can take a look. All right, but although some of the AI company is still not making money, so you need to be prepared. All right, to be what we call that volatile. Okay, because it's not profitable company, but it is considered a growth stock. So growth stock, okay, usually will increase when the what we call that interest rate has gone down. All right, so this is how the growth stock move. Okay, and then the company earning will improve due to the technology, and recently the interest rate hike also has slowed down, inflation also has slowed down. Okay, 所以最重要的是这个 AI 的话会继续影响我们的人类了还有影响我们的做东西尤其是在这个公司的方面，然后AI 也是会帮助到很多公司把这个 cost 降低，然后导致他们的这个profit margin 就会 improve。 Then 这个利率的话也是开始有可能这个有可能美国方面有可能是会在今年最后一次调高这个利率了而且是最近他们有调高了25个基点，所以有可能年尾的话再调高多一次有可能会到尾端了And so with that, my view is that okay, because of the data that I show you, that's my view. All right, I think the bull market may continue in the second half. All right, so but anything will change. Like what I mentioned, stock market is dynamic. Okay, so although I show you the data, everything look promising, but anything can change. All right, so that's why we need to look at the chart to determine what we call that when to buy and when to sell. All right, 所以今天我希望说你们可以学到一些东西 okay, 所以technology is a big thing, all right, for the future. Okay, so any stock that you are looking for, okay, maybe you want to focus more on the technology related stock, all right? AI related, EV related, okay? New energy related stock that may have the potential for further upside, all right? So next we take a look the index performance, okay? Index performance 的话，我们先看这个SDI. So we take a look the index performance for SDI. So where is the SDI index? So 这个是孩子 okay. So what happened to SDI? Okay, SDI, okay, having a sell down, okay, having a sell down, right? Because SDI was overbought, okay, was overbought. So what driven SDI into a overbought zone? The answer is because of the bank lah. Singapore Bank went up a lot, so that's why SDI also went up a lot recently. Until today, pullback because of the bad news. Okay, so profit taking was happening today. All right. So this is normal. Okay, this is normal. Okay, why is that so? Is because if you look at the indicator, all right, if you look at the indicator already tell us that the SDI was already in overbought zone. Okay, overbought zone. So it's begin to pull back. Okay, it begin to pull back. All right. So this is what we call if you can try to sell in strength. 当这个股票很强势的时候，其实如果你有买到，你就要考虑这个套利一些了所以你还记得我每次教你们的如果股票有上的话，你套利一些then 如果它有跌回的话，你们再买进 ，right? Because overall, if you look at SDI, I did mention to every one of you, if you still remember, SDI may move in the sideways direction. So when the SDI move in the sideways direction, all right, when they near the peak, you should consider to take some profit, all right, because they are begin to telling us that they are moving in a sideways direction. So when they pull back, okay, it is an opportunity for us to buy lah. So the pullback, I think, is quite healthy. Okay, so we wait for tomorrow. We see how, because 3,300 is a support level. 所以3300点的话是一个支撑支撑 OK， 所以如果这个3300点的话，它的价格有维持在这个3300点的话，我觉得还是 OK 的当然如果它越跌越多的话，其实是好事，因为它会给我们机会买进So what I mean is that if they drop further, it's actually a good thing so that we can buy more right? So today is the first day of dropping. So we'll see how, because 3,300 is a support level, right? So we see how tomorrow. Okay, 可以吗 And next thing is S&P 500. S&P 500 is still considered strong, right? It's still considered strong, but we'll see tonight. Okay, tonight maybe have some, profit taking because of the downgrade from the rating company. So we'll see how, and then from there, we will decide whether to reduce position or to buy more. So 今晚的话，我们会看状况所以如果它大跌的话，有跌破这个4485点的话，等我们就要开始减仓当然的话，我每次有跟大家分享，就是每一次如果股票有上的话，也是希望说你们可以套利一些啦Right, so if you look at the indicator for S&P 500, it's considered very, very strong, okay? Because the RSI indicator, all right, is actually hovering near the 70%. So the bull market, when the bull market comes, the RSI indicator will always, okay, trading near the 70%, okay, near the 70%. So when they pull back a little. Then when they go up a lot. Pull back little, go up a lot. All right. So this is what we call that S&P 500. All right. So we expect you know, profit taking, pullback. All right. But however, the market is too strong. It keep going up. All right. But I still want to remind you, be careful. All right. When the stock market keep going up like this, the risk is become higher lah. So when the risk is become higher, okay, they are big investor, they are also waiting to sell. So 在这个股市市场哦，其实很多聪明人在里面，你要明白说，他们就是要看哪一些或者是谁先卖，你要知道吗？在这个市场股票市场是谁先卖就是赢家，你明白吗？所以很多事情就是散户是在最后才进场 ，Alright， then 其实是大户最后的时候他们就会卖出了给你们了then 卖出给你们 then 过后他的股票大跌 then 在最后的时候跌到很惨的时候，散户才卖出跌到年轻的时候才卖出了，所以那时候这个大户才开始买进所以通常 that's why 我说98%的人会输钱就是这样了So 90% of the people losing money is always like that. When the stock price went up already, okay, they will rush in to buy lah. Okay, so this is normal, alright. So when the price near high already, then they will go and buy, and then that's when the big investor begin to sell to them. So the market will begin to drop, okay, and then the retail investor become panic, then they always sell at the low point. All right, so this is normal, okay, this is normal, okay. So that's why you know, you have to look at the chart to decide when to buy and when to sell. And next thing is a Nasdaq component. 接下来的话，我们是看这个纳斯达克指数。纳斯达克指数的话，也是很强势是很强势 ，alright, is still very strong, okay, and there's no sign of a correction, okay, so we'll see how tonight, okay, 所以今晚的话是非常关键的虽然这个美国市场很强势我还是强调，就是说要谨慎一点做股票要谨慎一点，不要太过于这个贪心了好不好 ？So don't be too greedy 了So when you make money, you must know when to sell lah. Okay, if you don't sell, other people will sell first. It's always like that because stock market is an open market. There are so many smart people inside there, so everyone also want to make money. So Nasdaq still very strong. Okay, if you look at the RSI indicator, so can you see the RSI indicator always, you know, trading near the 70%. Okay, so it's considered overbought. Okay, technically overbought, right? And what else? Hang Seng. So Hang Seng is very interesting. All right, it go up and go down, and then today they drop around 400%. Okay, so the good news was here on 24th. 24号的时候 good news， 他们涨了差不多700多点 ，alright， 所以这几天有坏消息，他们就跌400多点 ，alright， 这个就是香港市场了所以香港市场的话，不是适合全部人了当然，如果你是比较专业的话其实香港市场是一个波动比较大的赚钱也是会比较快了，在香港，但是亏钱也是很快 ，right？ 所以 if you are not what we call that suitable for Hong Kong market, then don't touch 啦because Hong Kong market is very volatile as compared to Singapore and US market. Okay, because Hong Kong market and China market is considered a very young what we call that market as compared to US market, right? So that's why if you look at US market, okay, most of the stock, if you buy the right company, the US company, they normally will go up smoothly. But in Hong Kong, is opposite, all right? It's volatile, okay? You know, the movement is very big, all right? But overall, like what I mentioned, Hong Kong market or Hang Seng is relatively cheap, okay? Because if you compare with the peak in 2021, the index was trading at 31,000 points, all right? As of today, the Hang Seng Index is trading near 19,000 points, all right? So there are a lot of the great company in China listed in Hong Kong. So again, like what I share with you, if you have spare cash that you can hold for a certain period, then you can consider 所以我的意思是说，这个恒生指数是偏低的所以很多这个优秀的公司在这个香港上市其实它的股价是蛮便宜的，所以如果你有一点闲钱的话，其实你可以考虑但是你要等因为它的股市还不算很成熟，所以它的波动还是会有的当然，如果长期的话，我还是会看好中国或者是香港市场。为什么呢？中国还有可能会成为全世界第一个经济国大国。Right? So what I mean is that long term, okay, obviously long term Hong Kong market will improve Reason is because that China may become the world #1 economy. All right. So you must participate. Okay, you must participate. Okay. 所以我的意思是说，你一定要参与了因为我们大家都知道说，中国将来会成为全世界的这个大经济国所以你要参与明白吗？ So that's my view, right, for the index. Okay. So what happened? Okay, STI index pull back, profit taking. All right. So it's a good opportunity, okay, when the stock market pullback is always a good opportunity for us to buy 所以你还记得吗？上几期或者是上一个月好像是6月、7月的时候，当这个银行股票它是在这个调整当中你还记得吗？我在98的话，我还是看好他们，虽然他们是在调整当中，我还是看好他们。调整当中的意思是说，它的股价是给我们机会买进所以你可以看到，在调整当中，如果你有买进的话 ，then 现在虽然它是有跌，但是如果是上个星期的话，它是属于高点这个像这个银行股票 ，so it's always like that. Okay, market will go up and go down. So the timing is also important Some people say that you cannot time the market, but I don't agree Okay, when I show you, okay, you can actually time the market by looking at the chart. 你明白吗？ You get what I mean? But you need to have a very knowledgeable skill in the stock chart 所以你的技能技巧要非常的强才可以看得出几时要买进，几时可以卖出。你明白吗？ Alright, so S&P still consider overbought. Alright, still strong. Okay, and we do not know when are they going to pull back, so we will see tonight will they pull back or not. Okay, so if they pull back is not so aggressive, then like what I mentioned, buy the dip. DP, buy the dip is a strategy all right. So Hong Kong pulling back also. Okay, so we are looking for a bottoming, right? So these are Hong Kong, STI, and US market. So this is my view. Huh? So hopefully this, what we call that, this view can give you some idea what should you do, in next few days or next week. 可以吗？所以在这个分享这个指数其实是非常重要的所以你就可以做出你的决定，是否你要买进或者是卖出，你明白吗 ？Alright. So next, so this is the US sector. Okay, US sector year to date, technology is still number 1. Okay, and communication services number 2, followed by consumer discretionary number 3. Right, so this is year to date. So next, 我们要看的是 1 month. Alright, so 1 month, actually energy is turning around, and then followed by communication services and finance in US industry. Okay, so you can see that the market is actually going up in the broader base. All right, previously only focus on the technology sector. So 在6个月之前或者是3个月之前很多大户他们只是关注这个科技股可是6个月后你可以看到这些大户其实已经开始慢慢买进其他的板块所以通常这个东西就是我讲的风水是轮流转的所以比如说今年这个美国进入这个牛市，很多股票上然后有些人他赚了钱，我的意思是说就是说我在这边请求他们或者是你的朋友有在这个美国市场赚很多钱的话，你要劝导他们不要太开心，你要明白，因为你要知道说风水这个东西是会轮流转的，也是包括这个股票的板块。今年你可以在股市赚钱，并不代表说接下来你会继续的赚，因为人是贪心的，你知道吗？所以如果你作为他的朋友的话，你要劝导他了所以 that's why 我是说不要太贪心，有赚你要卖出逃离一些，拿这个钱去旅游了，或者是去旅行开开心心人生是短暂的所以记得you must know when to take profit because nothing is permanent. All right. So now you make money. It does not mean that you are smart. Okay. It's because bull market. Bull market, everyone can make money. Even though idiot. Okay. I can tell you what stock that you are buying, you can make money. 所以在牛市不管你买什么股票都会赚钱。不是说因为你厉害，是因为牛市每个人都会赚钱，你要明白，可以吗 ？Alright, so be careful, okay, and then yeah, always look at the chart okay, when to take profit, right? So before I go further, alright, let me do some what we call that promotion to my course called Mastering Price Actions. And these price actions, currently still under subsidy from the government, all right, up to 70%. And then the remaining 30%, you can use skill future, claim through skill future, all right. And if you compare with the other costs outside, some of the people I see, they charge $4,000 to $5,000. All right, you have to pay full cash amount to them. But what I see from the content, they are actually teaching the same thing. Okay. But however, in my class, okay, although you can get the subsidy, although you can get this skill future claim, I'm not just talk about technical analysis. I also talk about price actions. I also talk about financial market. Okay. Why certain sector will going up, how the sector rotate, okay? One based on what factor, okay, that will, drive the sector to perform better. So all these, will be covered in the class. And to make money in the stock market, it's not just about technical analysis. 很多人以为学这个画线啊，或者是看图表啊，或者是用那个指标就会赚钱，其实不是，其实不是这样简单，如果你要在这个股市赚钱 ，OK， 我请求你们就是来上这个课程，因为这个课程跟其他的课程不一样，而且你们今年上的话还有78% subsidy，38% 的话你们可以用这个 skill future 了。所以如果你们没有用的话，这个 skill future 政府会拿回，and then 这个 subsidy 的话也不是永远的。所以今年不上的话，明年有可能就没有机会了。Alright, so my suggestion to you is that please do share this class with your family member, your loved one, or your colleague whom you think may benefit from them lah. And you know how I do things. You come to my webinar every week, and then you can see, alright, what are the stocks that I always mention, and do you make money? I believe some of you make money lah. You make money quietly. All right. So if you think that this class is a good class, please, share with them. All right. Next is stock watch list. All right. 所以最近的话，今天只有扬子江上，你还记得吗？ All right. So the rest are pull back 啦。All right. So we go straight into the stock chart. So 我们先看这个，图表。所以扬子江的话，今天就是继续涨。所以有买扬子江，让我知道一下，有赚到钱吗？ So if you make money, okay, can you please type yes, you make money? So let me see, right? So if you give me more, what we call that energy to share more stock with every one of you. So if you look at Yangtze Jiang, right, and if you look at the RSI indicator, so can you see the RSI indicator? The RSI indicator always trading near the 70%. So this is telling us that Yangtze Jiang is still considered a very strong stock. Okay, so that's why in my previous session, I did mention that, all right, Yangtze Jiang got high chance to break through, okay, because the stock price is uptrend. So uptrend, okay, the price breakthrough recently. 所以之前它还没有上，之前还没有突破，就有两种说法 ，OK， 有两种说法，因为它是走横盘，所以走横盘的时候，它就有两种说法啦，一就是突破，二就是跌破，所以你可以看到这几天它其实是突破 ，OK， 今天的高点是在1.5毛7。So they actually break through the resistance of 1.52 lah. They break through the resistance 1.52. All right. So it's quite interesting. All right, because Yangtze Jiang is one of the strongest stock in Singapore. Does any one of you buying this stock? 你们有买这个股票吗？如果你有买的话，请 type yes 好不好？ Right. So now already breakthrough, then the stock price will consider to go up further. The price will consider go up further. Okay. So it's considered new high. So 现在是a new high lah. All right. And next is Sembcorp Industry. So Sembcorp Industry is a bit volatile, right? So you can see after big sell down, the stock price become, volatile, okay? So it look like the price begin to move in a sideways also. So sideways is either breakthrough or breakdown. So how do you think? Will you break through? Don't know yet. Okay, don't know yet. So we'll see how. And then followed by Keppel DC. Keppel DC also pull back. All right. So Keppel DC pullback is a good thing. Okay. So that we can buy. All right. So we'll see how this few days. All right. So RSI indicator, hopefully they drop near the 30%. 所以如果它可以跌回差不多这边的话 ，right， 差不多是2.8块，OK， 2.4块2块04分，或者是2.08块左右 ，right？ So overall uptrend, okay? So this stock turned around. I talk about this stock when the price was somewhere around $1.80. Okay, around $1.80. Right. So still uptrend, still intact 啦。所以我们等咯，就等它回调了，好不好 ？And then followed by Keppel Corp SATS, Keppel Corp. So Keppel Corp also went up strongly because of the earning, right? 所以 Keppel Corp 的话还是很强 ，OK， 还是很强 ，alright。所以如果你看它的股票的话，之前有跌跌了过后它就开始上回去 ，right？ 所以意思是说这个股票还是会有人买，大户还在他们继续的买进，为什么呢？因为我们的新币很强势 ，OK？ 因为有很多大户他们还是有收住这个新币。当他们收住这个新币的时候，他们不可能只是放在这个 saving 户口了，他们会去买股票。所以其中一个股票他们买的话就是 Keppel Corp，alright？ 所以你可以看到这个 Keppel Corp 的话，这个股票一直上。所以我们要感谢这个政府啦，因为把这个新币弄到很强势。虽然他们是在这个新币虽然他们是有动用了很多钱是去买上这个新币了但是对股市来说是一件好事对于我们人民来说，如果尤其是你们有买股票的话，也是一个好事了So this is a good positive sign, okay, especially when Sing dollar is strong, okay, so that the investor who have the Sing dollar, right, they will continue to buy a good quality company like Keppel Corp. And followed by SATS, okay, SATS also pull back, all right, SATS also pull back. So today pull back quite a lot 今天它回调也是很多 ，alright， but 我觉得也是一个机会买进之前我有跟大家说过，这个股票是属于低股它的价位是算便宜你不买的话，你现在不买，你要几时买呢？难道你要等到它上到4块多的时候才买吗？ So that's why I think the price is still reasonably low, right? Especially when the price break through the 200-day moving average and the price continue to go up. All right. So today pullback is normal, okay? Because overall, the market also pulling back, okay? So this is normal, all right? So will they pull back further? Will they pull back further until here before they rebound? So don't know yet. So we'll see how. All right. The price is somewhere around here. $2.65. Okay, so you can monitor. 所以你可以观察一下，看它会跌多少所以这只股的话，它每次跌就是一个机会买进，每次跌就一个买进。它上的时候你就不要买了其实买股票是很简单的，它跌的时候你买，它上的时候你卖。为什么很多人做不到呢？很多人做不到是因为 啊，他们就是听朋友太多了，或者是看那个新闻太多，所以不要看太多的新闻，好不好 ？Right? So this is SCTS, and then Food Empire also pull back. So most of the stock are pulling back. Oh, so most of the stock are pulling back. So Food Empire, they pull back 106, right? So I'm not sure whether go down further. Okay. So the next support level is $1, right? Still strong. Okay, uptrend still intact, right? Uptrend still intact. And then next we take a look bank stock. So the bank stock is also pull back. Okay, so like what I mentioned, July 6月份的时候，你们有在场是吗？6月份低价的时候，差不多12块的时候，有没有叫你们买进？你们还记得吗？有谁买进？让我知道。你type yes，right？所以每一次它回调是一个机会买进 ，right？所以 that's why 我跟大家说，每一个礼拜你们一定要来上我这个online 的研讨会，因为每一个月这个市场的趋势它的走动很快它上的时候 OK 我就教你套利，它跌到一个程度的时候，我就可以告诉你说是机会买进所以你要每天所以你要每个礼拜来上，那你就会看到机会不管你多忙了希望说你可以抽空你的时间来上这个，是一个礼拜一次而已 ，right？ 所以你会看到机会，所以现在是属于贵嘛，So now is expensive, right? Now is overbought, okay? So RSI indicator overbought, so it makes sense for the price to pull back, alright? So 那时候我也是在98的天台有跟大家讲那时候7月的时候或者是6月的时候，银行股在调整中，你还记得吗 ？Alright, and if you look at UOB, so was having a correction, alright, June, July, and then the support level is somewhere around $27. Okay, so that is when the price rebound and followed by DBS. So these are the Singapore stock and like what I mentioned, okay, Singapore stock is one Singapore bank stock is one of the best bank in the world So now it's expensive, we don't buy, right? We wait for the pullback. Okay, wait for the pullback. All right. So next thing I want to show you the Hong Kong stock EV, okay, which I mentioned. All right, so I hope you also make money because Li Auto, XPeng, Neo spiked up, okay, after I mentioned okay, so EV is a big thing, all right, so that's why you need to put the stock into your watch list, okay, Li Auto. So if you look at China EV, all right, Li Auto is considered one of the strongest stock OK， 所以如果你是跟其他的这个电动汽车的股票相比的话Li Auto 是最强势的Li Auto is the strongest. All right, if you look at the stock price, they went up and going up slowly. So this means that people keep buying. Right, they are not selling. Okay, they are not selling. All right, and it is very difficult. Okay, for normal investor to buy because the price didn't really drop. Right, so you can see that they drop a little bit, they go up, drop a little bit, they go up. So this is what I mean by the what? By the dip. Right, so this is what I call buy the dip right, you get what I mean? So Li Auto still strong, okay, and then followed by XPeng. right? So 小鹏那时候我也是有讲到，当它回调的时候，在这边 this part, if you still remember, alright. So if you learn price action, you know when to buy. Okay, when you learn price action, you know when to buy. Then after that, what happened? After that, the price shoot up. The highest was $95. So 它上137%. Alright. So this was the sideways consolidation, and then the price push up. Now it's pulling back. So we wait for the price to pull back. So we don't buy now. Right? 所以恭喜你们，如果你们有买的话 ，alright， 所以你 type yes， 你有买的话，可以吗 ？Alright， so this is what I call win-win 啊 ，OK， 就是说双赢哦，我给你看股票 ，OK，then 当然的话，这个线上的研讨会是免费的，你要知道，所以免费的东西哦，它是不会持久的，只有双赢它才会持久，所以我一直估计你们就是就是劝导你们，如果你有跟我们开这个 trading 户口的话，记得要用我们的户口来 trade 啊，所以我们就可以成为这个双赢好不好？不然的话，你们也是可以上这个课程，叫这个 Price Action Mastering Price Action 这个课程。And next thing is a new, okay? New also went up together, okay? So they are together, all right? So recently also pull back, okay? So because they went up too aggressive, all right? 所以如果你会看图表的话，其实每一个 pullback 都是买进的机会。All right. So if you do the measurement, okay, if you buy here, the highest was 124.77%. All right. So this is new. Okay. So you wait for pullback, you can put the stock into your watch list. Right. Wait for the pullback. 可以吗 Right. 所以恭喜你们，如果你们有买到的话 Right. So this was always in my watch list 啦。Okay. This what we call that EV stock. Right. So let me know what is your stock. Okay. 所以我们现在是看你的股票 OK. 让我知道你的股票在哪里 Right. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yes. Oh, Eunice. Yes. Peter. Yes. All right. Okay. Lim. Yes. Sebastian. Yes. Okay. So thank you everyone. All right. So 有放 yes 的话就有买到，恭喜你们。OK. 所以记得要懂得及时套利哈。So Eunice, Ethan, you must know. Stephen, you must know when to take profit. All right. All right. Simon. Okay. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Ong. Okay. All right. Okay. So next 我们看股票 Okay. Let me know what are the stock that you are watching. So outlook for the following Hong Kong. Hong Kong. Okay. 所以我们先看这个腾讯 All right. All right. So 腾讯 Tencent. All right. Still not moving. So the price is still sideways. All right. So based on my experience, when the stock move in a sideways, it's a good thing, all right, because people are buying without you knowing. So people are buying without you knowing. So it's it's what we call consolidations. Until when? Okay, until the price breakthrough, until the price breakthrough, right? So there are two directions. Okay. Or break down. So do you think it will break down? Or do you think it will break through? All right. Higher chance they may break out or higher chance. All right. So Tencent, okay, but like what I mentioned, Hong Kong market, you need to have patience, patient, All right. So that's why I say if you want to buy Hong Kong stock, all right, you must have a spare cash lah. Spare cash, then you can hold a little bit longer because we do not know when are they going to move lah. 所以 Tencent 的话还没有跑其实还有机会还有机会 all right 还没有跑2618 all right. So again, I will choose the stock randomly, okay? Because there are so many stocks, right? So I try my best. So this is a JD Logistic, right? JD Logistic is still downtrend, okay? Previously they did break through, but then they, come down again. So now it's still below 200-day moving average. So normally my suggestion to you is that if you can try to wait when the price break through, okay, before you are buying. All right, because now we are still not sure when are they going to, turn around. So if you based on the price action strategy, we normally wait for the price to break through first, and then they pull back, all right, and then we buy here. All right, so that is normally what we do, okay, ma. So price is obviously very cheap, okay, so that's why I say there are a lot of great company, okay, from China that is listed in Hong Kong, very cheap right now. So that's why I say if you have a spare cash, you should consider, okay, spare cash because you need to be patient for Hong Kong market, okay, ma? So 005. is 005 is what stock? Is it HSBC? Oh, HSBC is it? So HSBC 的话是汇丰银行在这个香港上市。汇丰银行的话也是很强势了通常我们是买新加坡的银行比较多，alright？ So 我的客户也是有买这个汇丰银行，也是赚不少 ，alright？ Because why? Because the uptrend still intact. Okay, uptrend still intact, but obviously is near the peak lah. Okay, it's near the peak, right? It's near the peak. If the price didn't pull back, stay here, right, or break through, then the stock price may continue, right? So you can see today they pull back a little bit, so there was a profit taking 今天有 profit taking, right? But overall is still very strong. Right, it's still very strong. So we'll see how tomorrow will they go down further or not. All right, if they go down further, it's an opportunity for us to accumulate again. So 这个是 HSBC 汇丰银行在香港上市。All right, Rock next. So how do you think about Procnex? So they actually break through also. So sideways, all right, sideways, then after that they break through. Okay, as long as the price didn't drop back, I think still got opportunity to go upside. Right? I think if the price didn't drop back, you still got opportunity to go upside. All right. And if you look at the price is considered overbought. Okay, in short term overbought. In short term overbought. Right? It looked like the price is turned around. And then is there any resistance? I think the resistance somewhere around here. Okay, $1.10. And followed by, where's the resistance of S&P? Just now I already mentioned, right? The S&P and the Nasdaq index are the same. But why some US stocks are still running uptrend? The momentum of the market, okay, push up the price further, right? S&P 500, I show you again, S&P 500 resistance. right? So the resistance is somewhere 4,500, 4,500点, 4,500 is a resistance, okay? 4,500, okay? And followed by 4,062 lah, okay? 差不多是4650这样 is a resistance, okay? 4650, right? And then the Nasdaq component 的话，差不多是在这边14,630 okay, 14,000, all right. But we'll see tonight what will happen now, okay. So tonight is quite important night, okay. We'll see tonight how much they drop, all right. If they didn't drop much, okay, then so we see. So this is a support, okay. Support is 14,000 for Nasdaq, right? Should be 通话紧哦 ，OK， 通话紧缩 ，OK， 通话紧缩 ，Thank you， right? Keppel Corp already mentioned, okay. Why Singtel dropped so much? Singtel, what happened? Singtel, is it dividend? Okay, because of the dividend, Singtel, right? Dividend, oh, dividend. So let me see the stock. China Aviation, okay. So how do you think about China Aviation? Okay, 所以最近有跑是吗 ？China Aviation。So 之前是有看这个股，然过后它回调 ，all right，then after that，support level 这边 ，right，so 波动是会比较大一些 ，OK，but overall 的话，China Aviations，all right，the price is still you know trading above the 200-day moving average，okay，like what I explained to you previously, right? China Aviations because of the what we call that tourism sector is booming, okay, so China Aviations may, you know, have potential, right? But the price is pretty volatile. But if you know how to see the chart, if you know how to use the price actions, you should be able to tell when to buy and when to sell also, all right? So today also dropped quite a lot, okay, because of the what we call that, the bad news. But if you look at the price yesterday, okay, the buying interest was huge, okay, with the volume. All right, I think still got potential. You can put this stock into a watch list. Okay. PLTR. So PLTR also have a great potential. All right. Obviously, most of the small cap from the US market are going up, okay? 所以很多只2年前的美国黑马的股票开始跑，哦 ，so the black horse, okay, last 2 year black horse begin to move, all right, begin to move already, okay, so Palantir, all right, is one of them, okay, it also AI related, so that's why the price keep going up, okay, so when the price keep going up, all right, that's why you have to use buy the dip strategy, all right, buy the dip strategy, buy the dip, okay, buy the dip if the price pull back, Okay, so I think the price went up quite a lot already. Seen bottoming 250%, right? So will they go up further, right? Maybe, okay, maybe, because we still have another 5 months, okay, we have another 5 months, so we'll see how, all right? 所以虽然它有继续涨但是还是要谨慎啊So although it's keep going up, but like what I mentioned, you still need to be very careful because we do not know when the correction is coming, because September usually is a correction month. Okay, 所以你还记得吗？我跟大家分享 based on data, September is usually a correction month for US market. I'm not sure this time will that happen or not. So that's why you need to be careful. But overall, all right, US small cap stock is moving up. Okay. Upstart will go. Upstart UPSD. So these are the stock that is moving up. All right. So can you see that the high price was 400? Okay. And then they begin to rebound strongly. Right. So this is what I call growth stock. Okay. And you have to be careful because growth stock is very high risk, right? Because the company is not making money. Okay. 所以这一些类股的话，通常是我叫它作为这个仙股啦，因为这个股票是这个公司还不属于赚钱的公司 ，OK， 可以吗 ？Right. So that's why I say bull market is what stock you are buying, right? Most of the stock will going up. So don't say that you are smart lah, okay? To be honest, is because bull market. So that's why you have to be careful, okay? Alright, 所以我在这里强调的是美国市场因为它进入这个牛市所以我刚才说你这些美国市场的股票大致上都是起飞的所以不要觉得有些人他很厉害有赚钱，其实不是他厉害，是因为美国市场是牛市，当牛市的时候几乎每个人都可以赚钱不管你是谁啦你随便买的话都可以赚钱，这个叫做牛市 ，alright？ So Alibaba, okay. So what happened to Alibaba? So Alibaba, okay, the support level was $80, right? So very obvious 如果你们之前要买的话，是80块是最漂亮的价位 ，alright? Then after that， 它就开始上升 ，okay? So if you look at the price, right, the price is begin to turn around, okay? Because what happened is that they break through the downtrend line, and then they go up, okay? They pull back, and then they go up. They go up, pull back, go up, pull back, then go up, okay? Maybe pull back, and then continue again, right? So this is what we call that my guessing, all right? So it's still pretty low as compared to the previous high. Previous high was $318, right? So company still making good money, okay? One of the good fundamental company. Most of the value investor like this stock, I know, okay? So yep, the best time to buy, I show you previously was $80, okay? But now the price already went up. So you see how if they pull back, it's always a good opportunity for you to accumulate 啦可以吗？所以香港股就是这样你要有耐心因为它上了，它还会 pull back, right? So that is what I call Hong Kong market, right? Dynamic, D-I-N-A, dynamic. All right. So dynamic also pulling back, okay? So just be careful because the price is sloping down and current price is very important. So this is a strong support, all right? So if the price break through, you have to be careful. OK， 可以吗？ So dynamic 的话，是算很高，也是算比较贵 ，all right。所以这几天它是有 pullback，OK，所以它的支撑是在这个3毛9，所以这个3毛9跌破的话哦，就要小心了，可以吗 ？all right，所以很多股票已经开始跌下。所以跌下的话，其实是给我们机会买进了哦。所以我们之前所干的股票的话，你要关注一下 ，OK？ 如果它有上回的话，其实你可以买回，可以吗 ？So Rivian, RIVN. So this is the EV, okay? So EV, electrical vehicle, all right? The price is still pretty low, all right? And it's a pretty high risk stock, okay? I need to emphasize, all right? May not be necessarily suitable for everyone, okay? But the price is keep going up. This because people are buying, all right? But the company is not making money, okay? So it's considered a growth stock, okay? And personally, if you know how to use price actions, usually we don't care about the company, okay? As long as the stock can make money, we will buy. 所以在这里我想强调的是话，虽然我们看这个 Rivian 这个股票是属于这个电动汽车啦，在美国市场上市，但是它的公司还不是赚钱的公司，这个是属于这个 growth stock 但是如果是我们用技术分析或者是 price action 的话，其实我们不管它是什么公司有没有赚钱，我们不管，重点是它的股票有没有上。股票有上的话，我们就会买当然我们买进的时候，我们有这个风险管理啦，几时要卖出，几时要止损几时要套利，所以这些东西都是有 skill set 的有技巧的所以 that's why 我是说你要学习了你不学习的话，如果我们在讲这个股票的话，连你不会，然后你跑去买。但隔天它就大跌的话，你就不要怪我们了因为为什么呢？我已经跟你说过了这个是高风险的股票 ，all right? But the stock price is going up is good for us who know how to use the price action and technical analysis to buy lah, all right? Because we know, when to take profit, we know when to cut loss, we know also when to, sell away the stock, all right? So this So there are many stocks, okay? Tesla, TSLA. Right. So Tesla is having a correction as well. So correction is good, okay? So if you look at the price corrections, I think the price is still sideways. 我觉得它的股票还跌不够多。所以我们今晚看 ，OK， 我们今晚要看，如果它有跌到差不多234 ，OK， 240， all right， I think it's a good price but however, it's very hard to say, all right, when the stock price move in a sideways, they can go either side, all right, so we will continue to monitor 啦 ，OK， 我是希望说它会跌更多 ，OK。因为它还没有见底。If you look at the RSI, okay, so the RSI, didn't drop near the 30%. So I prefer if they can drop further, then we can consider to accumulate, right? So now we wait and see, we see how, right? 可以吗？iFast. So iFast, I talk about this stock in my Telegram, okay? And I did talk in the webinar, okay? So the stock price is actually moving up. Okay, right. So every time when they pull back is always an opportunity, right? But now is expensive. Okay, so you be careful because we do not know will they continue or will they continue to go down, because based on the previously the price choose to break down. Okay, so that's why sideways 的时候它有两种说法啦，一就是突破，二就是跌破。Alright, so now what will happen to IFAS? Now we do not know yet. Okay, so will they move in a sideways? Okay, so when they move in a sideways, so there are two scenarios. Okay, when they move in a sideways, there are two scenarios lah. Will they break through or will they break down? So this is a question mark yet. So possibly they will move in a sideways for a while first. All right, so we'll see how. Okay, so you based on this example. Okay, previously they went up and then they break down. All right, and then they continue to go lower. Right, but this time we are not sure. Okay, still too early. Okay, still too early. 所以到目前为止来说，有可能，这个 IFAS 的话，它会走横盘的状况。所以走横盘的状况的话，有两种说法啦，一就是突破，二就是跌破。所以现在还早，要判断它是否会跌破或者是突破，还不知道。所以你可以把这个股票放进去这个你的 watch list 啦。所以之前如果你有 follow 我的话，每一个 pullback 都是进场的机会，每一个 pullback 的话都是一个进场的机会啊。所以这个股票的话，我在我的 Telegram 有讲到这个股票 ，right？ 可以吗 ？Right？ So now I think that's all about the stock analysis 啊。Let me go back to my slide, okay？ 所以我希望说你们今天可以学到很多东西，然后希望说你们可以看到完了所以不要走先因为接下来很重要的东西要跟大家分享。So next, I hope that you can stay. So next, okay, like what I mentioned and share with you many times every week, 2023 suggestion, do not read the news. Okay, do not read the news. Always use price actions. Okay, and then always look at the chart to determine your buy signal. Right, so you can buy near the bottom or you can buy after the price breakthrough. So you can time the market by looking at the chart, because the chart actually shows us the real data, so that it will help us to determine when to buy and when to sell. Okay, so again, the retailer problem is that, okay, they always read the news. All right, and if you always read the news, then you become emotional. When you become emotional, then you don't dare to buy the stock 所以很多朋友到现在为止，我还发觉到他们很喜欢看这个新闻啦，听朋友啦所以希望说你们不要看太多新闻啦看我的新闻就好，听我的98的 interview 是最好的啦Then 我希望说在股市里面你们要学会看图表好不好 So do not look at the news. Okay, do not look at the news. And then my solution or my suggestion to you is always use the price action strategy by looking at the chart and use the price actions to determine when is the entry point, and then when is the breakout point, and when is to buy near the bottom. Right? And why price action? Because price action will help you to spot the pattern. There are many stock patterns, like for example, symmetrical triangle. It can break through, it can break down. Okay, break through, you buy. Break down, you sell. So these are the pattern. Human beings also have the pattern, face pattern. If you are happy, you can tell joke, okay, with your friend. All right, if your friend is happy face, but if your friend face is not happy, then you don't tell joke with him or her. So this is a human face pattern. In the stock chart, okay, there is also a pattern. Why? Because the stock chart is basically driven by the human psychology behavior. 所以当你们看这个图表的时候啊，其实是真正的数据就是说这些散户啦、大户啦，有买家有卖家所以你们看图表的话是不会错的为什么你们不要学习看图表呢？为什么你们要听取你们的朋友在讲，或者去看新闻呢？因为新闻它特意报道坏消息让散户把好股卖掉，然后把这个股票当散户卖掉的时候，这个大盘或者是大户接手，通常都是这样。So that's why I say, all right, stock chart show us the real data. So the real data will not go wrong, okay? But you must have the skill set, you must have the knowledge and experience, okay, to learn how to look at the chart and then to take advantage on the stock market. So another example, what is price action? Price action will be able to help you to identify when to buy, okay? When the stock price going up, when it pull back, okay, you buy when the price pull back, especially when the stock price is uptrend, buy near the key level, and it consider a buy signal. Similarly, when the stock price is going down, okay, you can consider to sell when the price hit the resistance. So this is what I call when the stock is downtrend, okay, hit the resistance, it actually tells us the sell signal. So it's pretty simple.